We've all heard the saying or been given the information that somehow we have everything we need within us to live a really great life. And you will think, well, what is everything and do you have it? And I will tell you that you do. And today you might believe that a little bit more. That's the title of the message that I'm giving you today. What if you might believe that we have given you everything? And it's for April the 6th of 2026. But on last year, on April the 6th of 2025, I received a message that said, we have given you everything. And accepting that was a bit challenging for me because I'm not seeing that yet. I haven't realized that. And that could have been you. But I will tell you that you do have everything you need. We just find it at different times and in different ways. But it's always within our consciousness. That's how it evolves. And we will use different manners of getting there, different ways of getting there. You might study something of a spiritual nature. You might do personal development. You might do self-actualization. You may be taking ascension classes. You may be doing all of that. And you may not have found that answer yet, or you may not have found what that is. But I was given that. I was given that way for you to find exactly who you're supposed to be and to discover how important you are in the world, that you came with worth and value and something to offer, and you might discover it on this day. And it's April 5th of 2026, but it's Easter. But last year on April 5th of 2025, I received a message that said, you did not have delusions of grandeur. And we don't. We just have a difficult time accepting who we could become. That's each of us as individuals and also as a society because we collectively create our world. And we're in a place now where we're doing that in a very active way because the world is changing. I did a little live call yesterday saying I was not a regular channel because I wanted to give you that information because you weren't a regular anything either. We're each coming to the world to become something different and unique, but at times that might be a little difficult. But then we discover ways of getting there. We discover how we use our consciousness. We discover all of that. And so the message today says you don't need to believe in Easter to receive the value of these messages. When I started receiving Wilhelm in 1989 through automatic writing, that is the consciousness that I connected to, I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know what it was going to turn into. But it turned into the most sophisticated mind training, consciousness raising, personal development, self actualization, self mastery system that's ever been developed. That's what it is. And I've written a paper about it too, because it's going to be released and in several different places. And I just made a connection to a university in Saudi Arabia, actually, that's going to look at this because it's about how we develop consciousness. And I spent 37 years figuring it out and living it and then proving it by coming to healing. And you could do more. We always hear that that we could do more. My coach told me that many years ago, but now I understand that that's absolutely true because that's how we evolve. But I'm going to give you some gifts today so that you will understand. I've done something a little different. You'll do the same thing, but I uncovered this order of the universe because everything is information. We just receive information and we pass it on to one another. And at different times, we discover new ways of doing that. And that's what came through me. A new way of looking at our lives and looking at our world that could cause any person to become who they're meant to be because it's within you. And then the more of us who do that, we have a very different world as well. I had difficulty accepting that I had done that, but I did. And now I have to own that just as you have to own the thing that you came to the world to offer. But you will get so much more awareness of that with the messages that I will give you today because I did two things. I'm giving you the April 5th messages, but also the April 6th because I discovered that I was receiving the order of the universe in order, meaning that year by year, it's coming to a greater understanding and consciousness, which is how we all evolve. And if you think of when we When we went to school, we would go to a particular grade, and then the next grade we learned a little bit more, and we just keep doing that. Well, that's how our consciousness works, individually and also collectively in our world, which is why the world looks very different now than it did 500 years ago, because humans lived at a particular time and developed new ways of doing things, and that was my life. Didn't know that was going to happen, but that's what will be for you as well, because we couldn't possibly know. There would be no point to our lives. But today you will understand how important your life is and how important it is for you to be on the planet at this time. Because if you actualize yourself and become who you are, you will make a huge contribution. And these messages will help you. I'm giving you a few things and also a study that is came through on these messages because I need to send this to everyone. We're looking at the world and wondering what can we do? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to me? Well, I received that information. And so that's what I'm putting out today. So I'm going to have it on my blog for you to read and go through. And you'll see, you'll change just by this information. And then you might believe we have given you everything. See, that's the message that I received from Wilhelm for the 6th of April for 2026, and you'll have that now as well. And that's the work that I have. You can see all of it. It's available to anyone, or if you want to work with me privately, it's all available because you have everything you need inside you. I just lived a life where I could give you a way to find it. All right, I'll see you soon.